when the yolk is still a bit runny. Getting hungry now, even though. And here I am again. My name is Christian. I'm with Undique, and today I bring some news to you from the quail farm. Thanks for tuning in. If you like it, leave a like or a follow, and you get notified when I'm online next on Sunday. So, what's new? Wow, this week is already over. I can't believe it. It's Friday, and there's still so much work left on the quail farm. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm happy. But I'm here today as well to teach you about quail, to show you some of our products we make here on the farm. Everything we do here at Undique is made or laid in the US. We have some exciting new products coming up for Easter. So thanks for tuning in, and let's get started. So if you're new to the channel, I always explain first what is quail, what are those birds, what you can do with them, what products we make out of them. The main product you see here on the side, quail eggs. So let's talk about them first, and then we dive into all the other cool stuff. We have pet products and fashion products, and what else? So many things. Let's get started. Okay, so quail eggs. I brought a sample and I forgot to get a chicken egg from my refrigerator, but that's okay. You all know how a chicken egg looks like, right? Quail eggs are a little smaller. And this is a kind of a standard size quail egg here, as you can see. And you can imagine a chicken egg is about that size. So people say quail egg is about, yeah, you could say 1/3. Sometimes if it's a bigger quail egg, like it happened today, that one of my girls, she thinks she's an overachiever. Look at that size quail egg. I haven't weighted it yet, but I'm wondering what weight we have. Let's check it out. But yeah, so normally you substitute a chicken egg with about 2 to 3 quail eggs, depending how hungry you are, right? Our quail eggs come in cartons with lots of paper, and then a box, and then a lot of other protective stuff. Only 1 out of 100 orders we have issues, and think about it, it's quail eggs, right? I mean, it's eggs. So this quail egg here actually weighs 0.69 ounces. So that's let's tune that into grams. Let me see here. I'm looking up my scale right here. Can you see that here on the screen? Yeah, maybe I have to move it a bit further. A really precise scale here. And I just wanted to know, because it's such a big thing, such a big egg. I mean, you know, in comparison, I always like to show our training egg, which looks similar to a button quail egg. Look at that tiny egg compared to this huge thing here. So if I switch over here into grams, yeah, 19.75 grams. So that's a huge thing. That's nearly like a chicken egg. That's definitely my breakfast egg for tomorrow. That's for sure. So yeah, quail eggs. Why quail, and why not chicken, right? Chicken egg prices went up this year. Finally, they start coming down. Yeah, with the bird flu, it's a bit of a thing going around, right? And also some other stuff, right? With quail eggs, their prices are stable. We only increase our prices if we have to, if you're forced by higher feed cost, electricity cost, or shipping cost. That's really the main cost factors for us here on the quail farm to make quail eggs. Now let's talk about those gems. I use a standard size quail egg because those big ones, they don't even fit safely in the carton. I can't ship that ones out. Barely. Nah, I wouldn't risk that one. For sure, double yolker. But so what good stuff is in quail eggs? They are actually richer in vitamins and minerals than chicken eggs, right? And you can see it on the screen behind me. Some nutrition facts, but you can see all the details if you click on the product. But those things are packed with vitamin A, 5% of your daily recommended intake, and that's for each egg. 5% of vitamin A straight there with one egg, right? You have like, it's about 1 gram of protein in there as well. So if you think about the standard size egg is about 14 grams. So it's 1/14 of the whole thing is just protein. So if you're looking to become like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like I do, Great thing to do as well. Then we got vitamin B12. There's 10% of that in there of your daily value. Folate 5%, selenium 10% of the daily value, and I could go on and on and on. So a lot of stuff, but let's talk about it. What is this stuff in there doing for your body, right? And that's all based on science. You can look that up. I don't make that up because some smarter people than me did that, right? And if you have questions, by the way, you can pop them in the chat. If you watch a replay, I will still answer it once I see it. But right now, when you see the live thing up there, we are live. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in down there and I will answer them straight away. So what else is in quail eggs? Really good stuff. So riboflavin is in there that helps the body to break down food into energy. There's vitamin B or 12. I already talked about it. That helps to maintain energy levels and a healthy nervous system. Selenium is in there that also helps to break down food into energy and also has supports a healthy thyroid function as well. Now I'm not a doctor, but I eat quail eggs every day and I keep healthy that way. We got iron in there, so if you're iron sufficient, that's great. But if you have an insufficiency in iron, then quail eggs can help with that. So it really helps with promotes a healthy nervous system as well, and you know, you maintain a good energy level. My day starts usually with some quail eggs, and I see it with my energy level. Look at it; it's 7:30. And once I tell you what I did this week and what I just did today, you'll say, where does this guy take his energy from? Well, that's the secret. Vitamin A, we talked about it. Vitamin D is in there as well. So that is great, especially during the winter months. Now it gets a bit lighter out there, but still an extra dose of vitamin D doesn't really harm. And yeah, that's all in the quail eggs there. So a lot of benefits. There's antioxidants and all that good stuff. Zinc is in there. A lot of benefits in the quail eggs, and we're very proud to bring them to you. Undique is not just a brand. We are a network of quail farms here in the United States. We're expanding into chicken and duck as well for certain products, but our main focus is right now the quail. And so we bring a ton of different products there to you. A new one we just launched it is actually our mini quail egg holders. So if you're a quail person out there like me, if you keep quail and you get some artwork from your quail and you want to display that, then this little egg hold cup is something for you. That's actually made in the US. I designed it and 3D printed it because I couldn't find any online. I looked everywhere. So another great product. So the material comes out of the US, it's made here in the US, and you can display your eggs nicely. It's cool if you are into mini cooking and things like that, miniature cooking. I think I actually gonna eat that egg tomorrow for breakfast with my tiny spoon. I'm gonna half cook it and I use our quail egg scissors. They are hard to see because they are green, but the green screen behind me messes them up. What I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm gonna steam it for about 2-3 minutes so it's halfway cooked. I cut off the top with the cooker and I spoon it out. I like it when the yolk is still a bit runny. Getting hungry now even though I had dinner already. Good stuff. So yeah, anyway, if you want to display your quail eggs or if you want to have it for breakfast, it's great as a quail eggs. I use the raw ones as a dipping when I eat meat, for example. It's a great dip. So you just cut the top off, you display it next to your dish. We have them in 3 colors, white, blue, and black. The black brings out the color really nice on the so-called celadon eggs. Celadon because of the color. It's a gene in the quail, and only those quail can lay these bluish eggs. They look pretty awesome. And yeah, I think with the black color compared to the white one, let's take a look. What's your guess, right? I think it just looks better on the black, right? It does. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, you're right. Speaking of black, yeah, we every once in a while a quail doesn't get the memo and makes a too small egg compared to a standard size egg, and this one went mad on the ink. You know, normally there's little spots as you see on the big one. And there was a learning quail. It probably was only 6, 7 weeks old and didn't know what to do, so it produced this kind of egg. I hollowed it out. Maybe my wife wants to make earrings from it. We'll see. Speaking of earrings, we do have them in the store as well. Just, you know, click any product below and then say Undique storefront, and you see that lovely things as well. We have Kelly, our farmer from Utah. She makes these lovely necklaces, and here is a celadon earring. They come in pairs, obviously, for both ears, and great products. All made and laid in the United States. Now, we ship out only the freshest eggs, so when you order eggs from us, they are typically a couple of hours old sometimes, but up to like 72 hours. For fertile eggs, actually, we have a rule of only 48 hours. So our eggs are really, really fresh. Probably fresher than eggs you find from in the store. When I go and if I find a store who actually has quail eggs, they often come shipped in from Canada, so those eggs are much older than the ones we offer for you. Once the eggs turn older, of course, we have them for breakfast, or we make something for your friends, your four-legged friends. I do have a dog, her name is Hazel, and right now she's not there because she's camera shy. But maybe she makes an appearance later, because now I talk a little bit about pet products until I talk more about how you could become a quail keeper if you want to beat those egg prices in the supermarket. But let's talk about what we do with eggs when we say, okay, they are not so fresh anymore, they are not just late, we don't want to ship them out anymore. Then the eggs are still good because, you know, they are shelf stable like 30 days, no problem. But we want to make something, especially in times when it's hot out there and we don't sell as many quail eggs as we do right now. We make pet products from quail. And in our store, we have more than 100 different products right now. And this, for example, is a freeze-dried quail food topper, right? Sorry, I'm looking around because I'm keeping an eye on the chat here in case you guys have questions. So what happens to this food topper here? We take 12 fresh quail eggs, we freeze dry it. It's made in on our farms here in the US. I'm going to tell you later where we are. We are all over the country. We have a nice little network of like-minded people. And so a whole carton of quail eggs goes in there. Freeze dried, that means, I put an expiration date on it because I have to, but that stuff, if you store it proper, lasts forever. But actually, once your cat or your dog and or your ferret, any animal who likes a little extra and eats egg as part of the diet can have that powder. So it really helps to stimulate the appetite of your pet. It's for all stages, from the little puppy to the senior. It's a super addition on the normal food of your pet. We have two openings here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in here for you. So here we go. Little sprinkle opening, and my dog really wants it, or my cat really wants a lot opening, right? So you sprinkle a little bit on the top of the food of the normal food of your pet, and it gives all these nutritions I mentioned early on, right? The vitamin A, D, B12, all that good stuff is preserved in there, and that adds it on for your four-legged friend at home. I use it a lot for camping when I don't want to bring along fresh eggs, because my dog she's a dog of a quail farmer. What should I say? She's used to it. But that's where the idea came from, and it's a pack like that. If you sprinkle moderately, lasts you a couple of weeks, no problem. I gave some to my neighbor because their dog is a picky eater, and suddenly a little sprinkle. Ooh, what's that? And the dog was eating again. Great product we make out of the fresh quail eggs here for dogs, cats, and so on. Another product we make, if we have extra roosters, and that happens because each time we hatch, it's about 50-50, 50% roosters, 50% hens. The lovely hens here, they lay the eggs, right? While the roosters, they don't lay the eggs. but we still keep some of them around, and I'll tell you later why. But the ones we don't keep around, and quail in the wild, they're actually native to the US. There's the Georgia giant quail. We have hatching eggs of those, for example, just came into the store. They sell out quickly. But if their happy life here on the farm ends, we don't want that anything goes to waste from these birds. Of course, we have our own food. We eat quail ourselves. Sometimes you see quail in delicatessen, like in great restaurants and things like that. But we bring that home to you and home to your pet. We have the pet cotton candy. It's called cotton candy because it looks like cotton candy. It's so fluffy. Look at that. Nice little fluff. So that's great even for seniors, but also, you know, for young puppies as well. And it's also a food topper, right? Similar to what we have here with the egg. In case your pet is allergic to eggs, this could be the alternative. This is just premium dehydrated quail meat, and then we process it, and then we make it so nice and fluffy. So you just take a little bit, or you can be, you know, as generous as you want to be. It can be a little treat like that too, right? Hazel, where are you? I'm surprised she's not around right now. But yeah, it can be a little treat for a senior, just like that, or a food topper. And it gives your pet all this good stuff, which is in quail. It's a very nutrient dense bird compared to chicken. And it's a great addition to your pet's diet. So think about our pet cotton candy here, made from premium quail meat only. There's no yucky stuff in there. There's no additives, no colors. We were thinking, because we called it cotton candy, to color it pink. We do have one version where we use beetroots from our garden to make it a bit more colorful. Blue is not allowed because meat should be not blue, but it's still a yellow cotton candy. Your pet will love it, I'm sure. And it's obviously there's no sugar in there, but we called it that anyway. Right, you quail here. What else we make out of quail? As I said, we don't want to waste anything from the bird. Even the poop goes into our organic garden as a fertilizer. We have another great product comes from quail. It's a bit rare, which is the quail crunch stick. It comes in a pack like that. Beautiful little packaging here. We did our best here on the farm to design it. And that's how it looks like. That's the crunch stick. It's the spine of the quail. It's often discharged when people just use quail to make barbecue or whatever. We actually dehydrate it, so nothing else than hot air gets to that, and it's more for pets who still have great teeth, and gives a nice crunch. You can break off a little part and feed as you want. It's a bone, it's a spine, so it's nice and crunchy. There's a lot of nutrition in there. So yeah, it's a great little treat, especially for the people out there who are training a dog for hunting, for retrieval. But other than that as well, it's a great little training reward, something special. You don't find that anywhere, only here. Great little product we have here as well. Now, why we made all these products in the first place? Again, we are responsible farmers, and if we raise those birds, we incubate them, we make sure they have a happy life on the farm. But once their day comes, they have happy life and one bad day, right? We all have that. We want to make sure we don't waste anything from these birds. Now let's talk about it. How you can get into quail and beat those supermarket egg prices, become a little bit more self-sustainable, that you don't have to worry again once those prices go up, because it's actually not so difficult to get into quail. They're easier to keep than chicken. They need less space. And so now the next 20 minutes or so, I'm gonna talk with you about that. Let's have a look. Now, quail hatching eggs, it's a big thing, right? Let's dive into that. That's what we have in our store. That's what we are really busy with right now. We typically deliver within a few days. Right now we have a little backlog, so the delivery time is shown when you click on the product. But yeah, it's you get it much quicker than anywhere else, right? And those quails, so let's talk about it, right? Often people ask what came first, the chicken or the egg. I tell you the answer is the quail. Um, Quail have been domesticated about 4,000 years ago. Science is not 100% sure about that, and we figured out 1,000 years later that we could do the same thing with the chicken. So what came first? Yep, it's the quail. Um, but your quail journey starts usually with an hatching egg. A hatching egg is nothing else than a fertile egg. That means we keep roosters with the hens, usually in a ratio of 1 to 4. One rooster with 4 girls. That ensures that we have a high fertility rate, and the fertility rate translates later into a hatching rate, right? So you order those eggs from us. You can decide you want to get 1 dozen or 2 dozen. If you're new into quail, you're gonna think about, okay, how many eggs I want to get a day, right? And so let's say you're a 2-person household, and you want to get, let's say, a dozen of eggs a day, then you're gonna need 12 hens, right? You don't necessarily need the rooster, because the hens, they lay the egg regardless if there's a rooster around or not, right? They lay an egg every day, about 300 eggs a year. So a great source for you to beat those supermarket prices. So the girl here, she lays the eggs. The rooster is around. It's a fertile egg. That means you can get that egg here on our store. You pop that into an incubator. I show you later a professional grade incubator, but there's also household ones at home. You find them here on Amazon, for example. And you pop those eggs after they arrive in shipping with you into the incubator. That incubator maintains a temperature of 99.5 Fahrenheit. That's about 37.5 Celsius if you're watching from somewhere else. Or if you're like me, blown in European in New Jersey, then you know now it's 37.5 Celsius. Anyway, it's about our body temperature actually. Those eggs go in the incubator, a little machine. There's different versions of it. And it holds there the humidity, which should be around 50%. Later you raise that. But we have all those instructions on our packaging, how you hatch them, how you keep quail. We have actually a free online training course which is on our packaging, which shows you exactly what to do with the birds, how you keep them. But then they are incubated, and the first 18 days are pretty boring. Usually around day 15 there is lockdown. That means you don't open the incubator anymore. If you used an egg turner, you're gonna take out the egg turner, and they're gonna start hatching on day 18 to day 20. And then you have those little gems, what you see here behind me. Those little birdies will jump around in your incubator. Speaking of little birdie, I was looking to find my little figurine here. Here it is, just to give you a size perspective on how big those birds are. And I'm going to show you later the newest addition to the farm. I made a great video early on about button quail. But yeah, out of that egg comes a little birdie about that size. And the hatch rate depends a lot on your experience, the incubator you use. You should have a secondary thermostat in your incubator as well. Just looking if I have one around here. No, that's okay. And a little bit of luck and nature, right? Not every egg might be fertile, even though, you know, we control that here on the farm. We hatch every week to make sure that all those eggs are fertile, but there might be 1 or 2 who don't. Or if an air sac in here gets damaged during shipping, that's the air what the baby quail uses inside the egg. If that gets damaged, then there's no development. And sometimes it's just, you know, faulty equipment. If you open too often, the humidity wasn't right. There's a lot of things to it, but you will end up with some chicks. So I would say if you order 24, you should have around 12 chicks, but we can't give any guarantee on that because we have no control over the shipping, what happens during shipping, or what your incubator, if it's working, if it holds the temperature and all this good stuff. We can't give such guarantees, otherwise we would have to price our eggs much higher because we would have to pay for shipping again. We don't want to do that. We tried doing that. That doesn't work. So it's a little bit of luck. And yeah, you get a hatch rate and you'll see how it goes. And you have these little chicks running around in your incubator. From there, you move them later into a brooder there for the first 2 weeks as well. They're gonna be nice and cozy warm, again 99.5 Fahrenheit. There is heater plates for them or heater lamps. You could get, if you're serious about, if you're a farmer watching this and you want to get into quail, you can, build your own brooder or get professional equipment. I'm gonna show you a company we work with who has really great products here on Amazon on sale as well. So that's how the journey starts. And let me stop here and show you a little button baby. I can't help it. It's so cute. We had that hatched early on this week. And since my Friday update here is about what happens on the quail farm on a Friday, so let's take a look at a little video here. My wife was holding it, so don't worry if you don't know the voice yet. That's Mrs. Farmer. Here we go.
Look at the first baby button quail, they're so little. Oh my gosh. He's so tiny. Oh! And he wants to run away. So small.
They are so small, and I guess that's why they are called button quail. So we have them as well. We restock them if you see them sold out. Just, put them in your cart if you can, or add it to the wish list. It then pops up again as soon they are there, because they are really popular right now. Let me show you another baby there.
That's our first button quail. Isn't he a cutie? He or she? Oh my god, so tiny. Look at that compared to my wedding ring.
You see that ring here? And the button quail is
like little,
tiny little quail. They are awesome. I didn't have buttons before on my farm. As I mentioned, we are a network of farms. So we have all kinds of variations, and we are in 10 different states right now with 14 farms. So that's why we do quality control internally by sending each other eggs and hatch them out and see what's the hatch rate, right? So also sometimes in regards to genetics, refresh bloodlines and all these good things. What else happened this week on the farm? Let's see. Hazel and I, we went shopping for some feed there. Yeah, not that spectacular. I thought I added a new picture here of Hazel. No, I didn't. I moved birds today, but this video is from last week, I think. But let's look at it.
Okay, here we go here.
A week or two old.
Turn around, say hi. Yeah, you're pretty little bird. Such a cutie. Wanna go back to your friends? Yeah, I'm gonna clean there. Don't you worry, it's gonna be clean house.
That's what I did today as well.
Okay.
Did you see how messy that was? I thought I added in here actually the cleaning pictures. I did not. Let me fix that. But while I fix that, if you have questions, you can pop them down in the comments. I answer every single one of them. So don't be shy. And I show you a little bit how cleaning works on the farm. So let's have a look here. That should pop up down here now. Oops. Yeah. Is it popping up? No, it's not popping up. Why it's not popping up? I don't know. I'm a farmer, not an IT guy anymore. But that's okay. I might just try something here real quick. Yep, let's do that. And here we are. If it works, it works. Ha, here we are. Okay. So yeah, cleaning of the brooder. We have a very strict cleaning routine here, and so you can see that here on that little camera. The power washer was in use today. That's a 3-tier brooder cage from hatching time. We use state-of-the-art equipment here on the farm. And so I had a lot of fun there cleaning that as it's warmer. And Hazel was chilling by the window in the living room as usual, looking out for the postal lady who comes and picks up all those lovely orders here on the farm. She's a good watchdog. And yeah, there's where is Hazel here? Here's Hazel eating quail eggs. She likes fresh quail eggs too. We have them for pets. She doesn't like to be filmed sometimes, as you can see here by this footage. That's buffering. We don't want that. Anyway, lots of things going on. If you tune in on Sunday, I make sure I don't have a technical issue and I show you again what's going on here on the farm. Now, what else we have? We have so many products. Let's take a look at them. And we gonna continue with the incubator. I talked about it. So once you incubate eggs and you want to get into a more professional stage, but also for a hobby farm, small scale farm like mine is, for example. I'm a small scale farmer. The equipment from Hatching Time is awesome and reliable. I used to have this styrofoam kind of incubators. I still use them for my hatching egg rental program, but in regards to having higher hatch rates and proper equipment is really helping with that. I count on the products from Chimuka, that's the manufacturer, and Hatching Time is a family-run business in Delaware, not too far from here, from New Jersey. And I met the owners there, and they are great people. That's why I like to showcase their products here as well. This 120 incubator can hold up to 120 chicken eggs and hundreds of quail eggs. So great product there as well. Now, if it comes to having quail, you need to think about their housing, right? Housing is really important, and again, there you can do a lot of different things, and I'm not saying one thing is better than the other, but I am a little clumsy, right? Let's face it. I used to work in IT before I went into quail farming and making pet products full time. So I'm definitely not a person who can build stuff. Let's say it that way. I tried. I built a quail cage with my own hands out of wood and wire and tubing, and it was a project. It took me forever. Now, this project here took me 2 hours, I think. Yeah, about 2 hours, and there was no real dangerous tool I had to use. It was a power drill, a clamp, and a hammer. That's all you need to build your quail breeding cage. So this is the one which has the egg rollout, and you will see that in the footage here as well. So the cool thing about the Hatching Time cages is they are modular, so you can decide how many tiers of them you would like to have, right? They also have ones with single compartments, double compartments. These are the 3 compartments in one tier. And since I do that as a business, I have many of those with 5 tiers. That's the maximum. So you put them together. The cool thing is nothing can rust, right? There's only a few screws for the side things, but that's all aluminum. Nothing can rust there. It's specific plastic they use, which is very durable. I power washed today the 3-tier brooder cage, and it was such an easy process. The power washing, I was done with 5 or 10 minutes. Everything clean. With wood that would take forever to dry off again. You never get wood really clean and sanitized. With that stuff, that's no problem at all. And with the egg rollout, that keeps your lovely quail eggs here clean. You're never gonna find a trace of poop on our eggs because they roll out as soon they are laid, and they stay nice and clean. I do have for the summertime a aviary setup as well, where the quail roam around freely. Those eggs are usually used for myself for hatching them here on the farm, or my breakfast and so on. because yeah, when they are on the ground, there's you know, they might poop on it. It is what it is, right? So this equipment is really great. I wouldn't put it in direct sunlight as well. I wouldn't keep it out in the winter when it's freezing temperatures, as it has an included water system as well, which is really awesome. Works really without issues for me. I did actually include now a little pump on top where it pumps even the water up for me, because with the 5 tier I don't want to go on a ladder every day, and I have to automate a few things, because if you have a lot of quail, like a couple of hundred of quails, then you want to automate a few things. So with the water, that's automated. That's really great equipment, very easy to put together, very flexible. You can have then one big compartment here, there's middle walls in there, or you can have just the smaller compartments for a laying group of 5, right? So what you see there right now, that would be enough for 15 quail. If they are all girls, then you have about 15 eggs a day. That's enough to feed a family of 3 or 4. That's awesome, right? And what it costs you to maintain them is a bag of feed for them and water. And you have to clean them, of course. They have poop trays there. You have to clean that out. Then you have free fertilizer for your garden. Isn't that awesome? And your neighbors too, because they poop a lot. Now, if you are in quail, then you might think about also how to transport the quail, right? So in our network, we have a lot of experienced people, and I want to show you a product now. I'm going to grab it from back here. A lot of experienced people who do ship live birds or go to auctions or have people picking up birds on their farms and all that good stuff. And for that, you want to have a safe transport container. So Jennifer from Brian's Roost, she's very well known in the quail community, and it's also known that she only has uses products or has products in her store and now in our Undique store as well. Which she's using herself, right? So this quail egg shipper, oh, sorry, that's not a quail egg shipper, it's a quail bird shipper for chicks or breeding groups. That shipper is easily folded. It's normally green here. Sorry, it's a bit the green screen, but it's approved by the Postal Service. It says that here as well. It's approved by the postmaster according to the standard, blah blah blah. All written there. If you click on the product, you can actually look it up. What is great about it, it has a membrane in there. I hope you can see that through the holes. There's a little membrane, so that lets air in and out. However, the birds are safe. They can't stick anything out, like a toe or a little wing if it's babies. Yeah, you want to keep those birds safe. Folds up very easily. The first time I had to read the instructions, which are actually on the packaging itself. There it says so, the instructions, how you fold it down, and then you have a great container if you are getting into shipping live birds, or if you just want to have a safe place for your quail when you clean your cages. Keeps them definitely safe, and great product for shipping or pickup of live birds, for example. So just something to consider. We see them being sold right now a lot. So be quick if you are thinking to go to bird swaps and all that stuff. It looks very professional if you show up there. It leaves room for your stickers on it. But it's a great product. Jennifer is using it. I'm using it. A lot of people out there are using it. And you might be next using it too, right? In our network, we have lots of great farmers, and one great farmer from Alabama, he came up with a product because he likes those shows and where you go and show off your birds. So this is a product for chicken, duck, quail, pretty much any bird. It's a supplement. It's called Show Pro, and it's gives your birds the extra twist. We early on talked about the nutrition, what is in the quail egg, what the quail produces, right? And but the quail themselves, they need good food too. And ShowPro has that in there, and it has a secret ingredient in there. It's not that secret. It says it's not so secret anymore, right? It's here on top, and I probably pronounce it wrong. It's called Cysteine. It's actually a product being used also in hair products for men to give you nice full hair. I don't use it, but my birds can definitely use it to have a bit better feathers if I want to show them off on a virtual bird show. Or also I just feed it because of the extra protein in there, the vitamins in there. It's just all those minerals in there. It just enriches the diet of your bird. It's not designed to be the only food for your birds, but it's a little extra. And I always say you eat what you eat. You are what you eat. And you know, if I eat the quail eggs, I want also that my quail get proper nutrition and food, because in the end, you know, I feel like it's kind of passed on, right? Great product. This is just a sample bag. The actual bag there below comes as a 10-pound bag, so it's much bigger than this one. And if you're thinking to go to, you know, get the badge for your premium rooster, use ShowPro, and it helps a little bit to make those feathers look nicer. But overall, the health of your bird will be much better with all this extra nutrition in there. He talked to a lot of nutritionists for pets and developed the product based on that. So a great product there. Now, wow, we're at the end of all the products. That's amazing. And I'm looking at the time, only 15 minutes, then the hour is full, because usually I hang out here for an hour. I see if there's anybody having questions real quick. No, I don't see any in the chat. That's okay. Then I do always at the end a quick run up on what we looked at. So let's do that now as well. Again, we started off with the question, what came first, the egg or the chicken? You know the answer now, it was the quail. Actually, fun fact, quail was the first animal born in zero gravity. The Russians in the 60s, I believe, took quail eggs up to a space station, and they did hatch in space. You might find a video if you look for it. It's interesting sight, interesting experiment, right? So quail eggs are great for you, for the health. So if you like to support small scale farmers here in the US, then please think about Undique. We are a small network of farms here in the United States. I promised early on actually to show you where we are, right? Let's do that. So these are the current locations of our network. And actually the network came to happen because of an accident. I had an accident on a lawnmower, and I already had customers, and I asked other farmers if they would be helping out shipping some eggs for me while I recover from my injury. And nice gentleman up in New York and another nice gentleman down in Louisiana were the first ones to say, yeah, sure. And that's kind of how the network started, and now we are in 10 different states with 14 locations. You see, we try to be close to you, so those eggs don't travel too far to you. And it helps us with producing all the pet treats, right? Because I always say together we are stronger. As one small farm, you can't change the world, but many small farms can change the world, and that's what we do with, for example, our food topper. We change the world for your pet. Your pet will love you for that. It's a nice little extra on your pet's food. What else we make? Once the quail have their last day on the farm, we make out of the premium meat the pet cotton candy. Again, nothing of those birds goes to waste. We use the wings. We use the spine, you will see in a second. We use the meat, of course. We use the eggs, all that good things. Barely anything goes to waste, and that's important because as farmers, I believe we have a responsibility that the animals, what we decide to raise, should have an awesome life on our farm. The first thing I do in the morning is to check on the quail. The last thing I do tonight is to check on the quail. 24/7, 365 a day, 365 days a year, right? Ooh, my English, excusez-moi. But once the bad day for the bird comes, we make it as humane as possible. as quickly as possible, and then we make a great treat for your pet out of it. That's the facts. And the pet cotton candy is only premium quail meat. There's nothing else in there. There's no yucky stuff in there. It's dehydrated. There's no artificial thing. The only artificial thing is the packaging to keep it safe. But anything inside the packaging is all nature, right? Same with our crunch sticks. I am surprised my dog didn't show up. That's rare, but those sticks are for you, Hazel, in case you're watching. She's our chief treat tester here on the farm. She's a Labradoodle. You have seen the picture before. And she loves those crunch sticks. They come in a pack of 10. That's from the spine of the quail. We don't want anything gets to waste. There's a lot of nutrition in there. It's also dehydrated, nothing added. Keeps fresh for a long time. Again, if you're thinking about an extra special training treat, that's what you want. The hatching eggs, right? If you're fed up of supermarket market prices for eggs, if you want to get into quail, if you're already in quail, you need some extra eggs to refresh your bloodlines. Our hatching eggs, obviously we sort out any double yolkers, any ones with dents end up to be my breakfast, or on the same day go into the freeze dryer for the food topper. So we make sure the packaging is solid. Again, our breakage rate is 1 out of 100. And we're talking here eggs. It's very difficult to ship eggs. So if something goes wrong, take a picture. Send me a message. I answer it. And we sort it out. Those packages are insured. The Postal Service, they charge a lot of money. They have insurance on it. So that's not a problem, right? Yeah, but we do a really great job in packaging. And again, I want to greet on at this point also all the other farmers in our network, from Florida to Texas to Louisiana to Utah to New York and so on. Guys, you make an awesome job packaging as always, and yeah, without you there would be no Undique. Undique, by the way, is an English name and actually Latin as well. In Latin you pronounce it more like an Italian, like Undique. Ciao bella. Undique stands for from all sides, from all directions, right? That's kind of what our network is about. We ship those eggs from all sides, from all directions, whatever is closest to you where we have eggs available. That's why we can ship them so fast. You know, if you want to get eggs from a specific breeder, they might have a long wait list for weeks and weeks, and that's okay. But if you need your eggs for a school project, teaching your children how to hatch eggs and how to care for birds, for example, if you want to have them quick, that's where you get them here from us, here at Undique. And they're quality breeders, all of them. They are all vetted. We all do a great job here. The button quail eggs, as you see down here on the stream, those are very rare. I just hatched some, great hatch rate. I got them shipped up from Louisiana, from a farm down there. Actually, fun story, true story. We had some going out a while ago from our farm in Florida to Arizona, and the postal address was not available. So the eggs got returned back to me here in New Jersey. I looked at them, none of them was broken. And I figured, why not? I popped them in the incubator, and sure enough, 14 days later. So the fun is, 14 days after the eggs were laid, right? Because they got shipped from Florida to Arizona, from Arizona to me in New Jersey. It took 14 days, all that round trip. I popped them in the incubator, and on day 18, I had 30% hatch rate of eggs which traveled double the distance and double the time. I actually nearly triple the time than they normally take, because the postal address was not available. They were sitting in the post office a few days longer, I guess. So make sure if you order from us that your address is correct, please, right? It's the mailman who brings them. We can't have them in an Amazon warehouse because they are fresh. Sorry. As soon they are late, they're on their way to you. But just interesting experiment I did there. 14-day-old eggs, 30% hatch rate. Yeah, You see, nature is at its best sometimes, right? So button quail eggs, great product as well. I talked about the Chimuka hatching time incubators. So again, professional grade incubators you can find on hatching time. All right, there's the link below. You can check it out. And I love that product. I got the 180, so I fit 463 quail eggs in there, jumbo size. So it's my hatch rate improved tremendously from the tabletop incubators I used to have. I don't have time to babysit incubators, right? This thing is full automatic. Like it does the humidity with the humisonic device. It holds the humidity perfectly, as long as you don't forget to top up the water every once in a while on the tank above. Awesome product with the hatching baskets in there and everything. Actually, I have some birds going into lockdown next week again. So yeah, it's just an awesome product. That's why I mentioned it here on the stream. I don't get paid for that here on the stream. Quail breeding cages. That's the ones we use on many of our farms, right? If you're not into building stuff yourself, this stuff is quickly assembled, lasts you forever if you treat it well, and it's very, very good in regards to sanitizing it when you clean it and all that good stuff. And last but not least, actually it's not last, Price Roost, right? Jennifer, she knows what she's doing. She ships daily and she gets you this good stuff here on our store with Undique. We have a partnership, so we can exclusively bring that to you. Great protective thing if you go to bird swaps, poultry shows, and so on. Great product to ship your birds in. And now, last but not least, the Show Pro, right? That's what we talked about today. Nutrition is important for us and for the birds. That's where Show Pro comes in. The actual package is 10 pounds. And Kerry here does a great job. He talked to a lot of nutritionists, pet nutritionists, about formulating. It's another made in the US product here, which we can bring to you. From our barn to your farm. Okay, it's nearly an hour since we were on now, so I like to thank you guys for hanging out today with me. It was, as always, a pleasure to be and talk here a little bit with you about quail. If you have questions, you know, feel free if you just tuned in to watch the replay or pop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer every single question. I wish you an awesome weekend ahead, and I'll be back on at Sunday 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So I see you then, and yeah, keep thinking quail Undique. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day.